back to New Rockstars. It's me, MT, and while episode 3 of the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series on Disney Plus ended on a super shocking note, the biggest shock of the show still belongs to that of episode's 2 ending that saw the death of the Grand Inquisitor at the hands of the badass savage of a third sister. A murder that many in the Star Wars community have assumed to be a huge retcon of the Star Wars Rebels continuity that also portrays an apparent end of the Grand Inquisitor's life as well. But what if I told you that there is a possibility that absolutely nothing was retconned and that everything is going exactly according to the dark evil plans of the Sith? Well, let's explore the endless dark side of possibilities together, my nerd babies. But first, consider exploring the light side of the Force with our new Obi-Wan Kenobi inspired shirts at newrockstarsmerch.com. They're amazing and I love the design, and they're not gonna last forever, so please head on over to newrockstarsmerch.com to pick one up today so you can say hello there in style. Now, I think the best way to start off this video is to recap all the times that we've sort of seen the Grand Inquisitor's supposed final fate in Star Wars canon, because so far I think we've seen 3 instances. And I think we should probably take these in chronological order in the Star Wars timeline just to make things easier. Now, the first and obviously most fresh instance that the Grand Inquisitor supposedly meets his death on the Star Wars timeline is of course when Reva guts him into the gutter at the end of episode 2.
Who's in the gutter now?
However, somehow this Grand Inquisitor would survive a fatal blow from this highly trained assassin and live long enough to seemingly meet his demise again in Star Wars Rebels. This time by allowing himself to fall to his death rather than deal with the wrath of Darth Vader for his repeated failures to thwart this Canon Jarrus fellow.
There are some things far more frightening than death.
But that's only 2 instances that we've thought we've seen his final fate so far. And for a lot of people, this is where they believe the story of the Grand Inquisitor ends in Star Wars canon. But that's not actually the case, because you see, this nameless Grand Inquisitor fellow was extremely special to Darth Vader's heart. Well, not really, he didn't give a about that man. He actually didn't really like him. So special, in fact, that Vader straight up refused to let Catch-You-On Caillou die after falling into that fiery abyss in Star Wars Rebels in the first place. Oh no, my nerd babies, for you see, the last known person the Grand Inquisitor has been known to actually fight in Star Wars canon is the adult Luke Skywalker himself years after this. For you see, in the pages of 2020 Star Wars number 6, we learned that after Darth Vader dropped his son's lightsaber and the annoying hand attached to it down a big old Bespin hole in Empire Strikes Back, Luke Skywalker actually made his way to an old Jedi outpost from the days of the High Republic, where he was greeted by the fiery ghost of one Grand Inquisitor, with his soul seemingly being tied to this Jedi temple by Darth Vader himself, basically as a security system to destroy anyone foolish enough to fall for this Jedi treasure trove of a booby trap. But of course, Luke Skywalker would best this Grand Inquisitor quite easily, in fact, with Vader after telling his failure of a dead ghost servant that he would never allow the Grand Inquisitor to go to the afterlife as long as he could help it, calling the Grand Inquisitor nothing but a tool shaped to serve his purpose. Even when the Grand Inquisitor was begging for death, he just wanted to die.
There are some things far more frightening than death.
Why does this all matter? Well, Obi-Wan isn't the only one with homework in this series.
In your solitude on Tatooine, training I have for you.
Qui-Gon.
How to commune with him, I will teach you.
Anakin Skywalker ended Revenge of the Sith with his own Force homework from his own old-ass Force user as well. Whereas Obi-Wan has spent the last decade trying to get his Qui-Gon senpai to notice him.
Master Qui-Gon, Master. If ever I needed guidance, Master, it's now. Master Qui-Gon. Master, are you there, Master? Help me, Master Qui-Gon.
Notice me, senpai! Please!
Darth Vader has likely been spending the last 10 years learning the secrets to conquering death, as teased to him at the end of Darth Sidious's retelling of the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise, with Darth Plagueis, of course, being Sidious's former master that he murdered in his sleep after learning those juicy dark secrets to cheating death that now only he knows. Secrets that Palpatine promised to pass down to Anakin Skywalker if he were to ever decide to, casually betray everyone that he ever loved and start a new fascist regime built on fear one day. And spoiler alert, that's exactly what Anakin decides to do. Did all that to save Padme, ended up choking her. What an idiot. Don't put that in. However, up until recently, it wouldn't be hard to assume that Anakin Skywalker fell for the worst and most deadly snake oil sale of all time from Darth Plagueis. But with Palpatine actually cheating death himself in Rise of Skywalker, there is actually now concrete proof that Palpatine really did unlock the secret to cheating death. And he did this for himself, specifically through the transfer of his consciousness and soul through the dark side of the Force into a cloned body of his own making on the dark Sith planet of Exegol. Like, this was Palpatine's contingency plan that was meant to kick in the moment he ever died, and is likely the secret to cheating death that he has been teaching his apprentice Darth Vader to do, much like he promised him at the opera many moons ago. However, if one is going to experiment on how to cheat death, you kinda need a life to experiment on, because you can't really experiment with your own life, because, well, if you fail, then that's the end of learning how to cheat death, because you're dead. So this all being said, and especially knowing now how much Darth Vader has learned about using the dark side of the Force to preserve one's life force by the time period of The Empire Strikes Back, it makes so much sense to me that what we're experiencing in this Obi-Wan series are Darth Vader's experimentations with life force manipulations via the never-ending servitude of one Grand Inquisitor. Probably due to the more durable bodies and longer lives that the Grand Inquisitor's Powin species live. Like, Powins can live up to 700 years after all, and since we learned in The Mandalorian that the Emperor was kind of struggling to create a perfect vessel for himself through the cloning of human beings, specifically his own DNA, it wouldn't be impossible to reason that the bodies of the more longer-lived Powin race might be more friendlier to the cloning process. Because let's be honest here, using this logic, the Grand Inquisitor's death in episode 2 of this series is probably not even the first time that he died. Like, I bet Vader and the Emperor have been repeatedly transferring the consciousness of this Grand Inquisitor into new cloned bodies because he was just too damn good at his job, but also, most importantly, not powerful enough to take Vader's spot on the Emperor's side as his right-hand man. Because if you read the Star Wars comics, Vader kind of never really wanted the Inquisitors in the first place. They were kind of thrust upon him by the Emperor to catch all these Force-sensitive people in the galaxy. So I really don't think Vader really wants anybody but the Grand Inquisitor to be the Grand Inquisitor. Because let's be real, dark side users are always out for themselves. And I am confident that we will see this character's return in a cloned body by the end of this series. Because, like I said before, this dude got stabbed close distance by a member of the Inquisitorius. Like, Bacta tanks are good, but I don't think any Bacta tank is that good. It's all about the clones, baby. But that is why I believe the Grand Inquisitor still shows up in further Star Wars canon past the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. But what do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section below, my beautiful nerd babies. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. You can follow me at MasterTainment on Twitter if you want to see me tweet some weird shit and really fun theories. But more importantly, you can follow the new Rockstars wherever we are on the internet, especially YouTube. And when you do on YouTube, make sure to hit that notification bell so you can get notifications every time we upload a video. And of course, hit up newrockstarsmerch.com for our new Obi-Wan Kenobi inspired shirt and all of our other amazing merch options over there. And it's a great way to support the channel because it helps us out a ton. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.